Hello everyone, this is Rahita, Assistant Professor of MCA Department from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. I'm here to discuss about a few topics of the subject MC4205 Cybersecurity. Here let us discuss about the topic Access Control and System Management from Unit 3. Access Control. This section provides an overview of the important aspects of the access control. It is useful to begin by defining the following terms. That is, first let us see about access, then access control mechanism. So access is ability and means to communicate with or otherwise interact with the system, to use the system resources, to handle the information, to gain the knowledge of the information the system contains, or to control the system components and functions. Access control, the process of granting or denying the specific requests for obtaining and using the information and related information processing services to enter the specific physical facilities. Access control mechanism, the security safeguards, that is the hardware and the software features, physical controls, operating procedures, management procedures and various combinations of these, designed to detect and deny the unauthorized access and permit the authorized access to an information system. Access control service, a security service that protects against a system entity using a system resource is a way not authorized by the system security policy. The basic access control systems typically define three classes of subject with three different access rights for each class: owner, group and world. Owner, this can be the creator of a resource such as a file. For system resources, the ownership can belong to a system administrator. For the project resources, a project administrator or leader can be assigned ownership. Group, in addition to the privileges assigned to an owner, a named group of users can also be granted access rights such that the membership in the group is sufficient to exercise these access rights. In most schemes, a user may belong to multiple groups. World, the least amount of access is granted to the users who are able to access the system but are not included in the categories owner and group of for this resource. Access control policies. An access control policy dictates what type of access are permitted, under what circumstances and by whom. Access control policies are generally grouped into the following categories: discretionary access control, that is shortly called as DAC. Access control based on the identity of the requester and an access rules authorization stating what requesters are not allowed to do. The controls are discretionary in the sense that a subject with a certain access permission is capable of passing that permission, perhaps indirectly, on to any other subject. Mandatory access control, that is MAC, the access control based on comparing the security labels which indicate how sensitive or critical system resources are, which security clearances which indicate system entities are eligible to access certain resources. This policy is termed mandatory because an entity that has clearance to access a resource may not, just by its own violation, enable another entity to access that resource. A role-based access control, that is RBAC, the access control based on user roles, that is a collection of access authorization a user receives based on an explicit or implicit assumption of a given role. The role permissions can be inherited through a role hierarchy and typically reflect the permissions needed to perform defined functions within an organization. A given role can apply to a single individual or to several individuals. So this is a diagram showing the access control matrix representation of RBAC, that is role based access control. So how the control is given by the owner. Attribute based access control, which is shortly called as ABAC, access control based on attributes associated with and about subjects, objects, targets, initiators, resources, or the environment. An access control rule set defines the combination of attributes under which an access takes place. So this is a diagram showing this ABAC, that is attribute based access control. Thank you.